Here live from the banks of the rivers of America. Busy week. Wanted to still keep my live stream ritual, but didn't want to make any promises. And I thought, hey, if I can show up as a surprise, how great will that be? So that's exactly what I'm doing. And I'm just gonna hope some people show up. So yes, live inside of Disneyland. I will not be walking around. I have this that I have to carry with me, and I also have this because it is very hot out here. So I thought I would pop up. What's going on? I thought I would pop up, read the chat, read some questions, and take your advice on what do you want to see when I celebrate the final day of the Rivers of America. How's it going? Yep, live location. I'm out and doing it this week. I'm doing great. How's it going, Kathy? Yes, busy week. So today's live stream a little bit earlier, different location, but this is what fit into the schedule. And as I said, I didn't want to, make any promises that I couldn't keep. So I always thought that if I could pop up and do the live stream, then I would. Just finished up my filming, construction video that'll go out tomorrow morning so everybody can wake up on 4th of July and take a lap around DCA and Disneyland. And so I thought I'd pop up to keep the tradition live of being live every Thursday. Official last day of Rivers of America at Magic Kingdom will be this Sunday. And I will be there filming the entire thing. Plan to be one of the last guests to leave the park. It's supposed to be like torrential downpours. So I'm bringing all the proper equipment and I'm going to give it my best to document it over on the main channel. Hey, Bricky, if you ever watch my final day of Splash Mountain, that kind of gives you the idea of how I capture those types of days. My favorite place with my favorite creative friend. Well, I appreciate that. Oh, speaking of creative friends, Lady Liberty just cruised over my shoulder here as sailing ship Columbia is making a passage through. You can see I have Hungry Bear over my other shoulder, and I'm watching two lizards play on the other side of the camera.
It's the most treacherous part of our journey. That island off the starboard side often hides the scourge of the seas. Bloodthirsty pirates. They sometimes lie in wait to attack a passing ship such as ours and steal its bounty. Bowman, man the starboard fossil cannon and prepare to fire a warning shot. So any curious pirates hiding near the shore will know we are.
Let's get that cannon shooting off.
Those of you around the cannon best be stepping back. Way back. For the cannon should be a mighty loud.
Let's get that cannon. Let's go.
Get ready to fire one. Fire one! Safe for now.
I always love that cannon, especially when you're over in like Galaxy's Edge and you're like, oh right, they just shot the cannon off. That's what I just heard. So while I'm here, popping up doing a live stream for no determined amount of time, a little surprise live stream to keep the tradition alive. Anybody have any requests for things that you think that I should film or get involved in when I go to Magic Kingdom next week? Nice. Good to see you just hopped on. Randomly popped up to do a live stream. Wanted to keep the tradition alive, but I didn't want to say, oh, I guarantee you guys are going to go live at this exact same time because I just got a lot going on. No, I am not already in Walt Disney World. I will be there Saturday and then filming all day Sunday. So yes, live from the Rivers of America, the stand. Orange Grove 55. What's up, guys? Have a beer on OG. Much love, brother. Keep crushing it. Appreciate it, buddy. So much fun hanging out with you guys the other night. If you guys didn't see, I did like a 2-hour. Can I light this on live? I guess not. I did a 2-hour recording with OG55 and the Italiano. And if you haven't seen that yet, make sure you go over to Orange Grove 55 and check it out. Put it on like a podcast, and I promise you it will fulfill your designer nerd heart. I have not done a Westcott episode, but it's definitely on the books because I live where, don't want to spoil some of the things I have planned. But yeah, we'll be doing a Westcott video at some point, and we'll also be doing an Epcot video as well, because that is my favorite park out there. Just waiting for some folks to pass. Good to see you. Just a little surprise live stream. All right, let me see here. Can't wait for your coverage the next few days. Never been to Walt Disney World, but through your filming, I can feel how special it feels. Yeah, man, I love going out there and filming because, you know, it's just like, it's the same, but different. You know, it's kind of like, I always tell people that are hardcore Disneyland people, and I didn't understand why I should go out there either. I'm like, man, I got Disneyland right down the street. Why do I need to go out to Walt Disney World? And then I realized when I went out there that it's just more of what you love. And for people that live really close to this park, kind of the magic about going out there is the bubble, you know, like getting kind of lost in the magic where, you know, you don't have to rush home to let your dog out or, you know, get home to do work responsibilities or personal responsibilities. You can just kind of like live in the Disney magic, which is something that I didn't understand until I went out there, and I was like, oh man, this is so cool. Let's see here. Do you think that the water table swampland issue made the ROA in Florida more difficult to maintain? I mean, I'll tell you this. The Rivers of America out there looks horrible. I went out there and filmed it. I spent the whole day on the island last August or September, right after D23. I went out there and I spent a day on the island, and it was in really, really rough shape. And, you know, I know that their idea of like water maintenance is way different than Disneyland, where basically behind me, you know, we have a water reservoir inside of, you know, desert land for the most part. Like, you know, you got to watch how you say that, because there'll always be a guy that's like, no. But for the most part, it is like, you know, a very different vibe. Now, I don't know how much the water table had to play with it, but I do know the capacity had a lot. I'm not filming you guys, I'm filming me. Have fun. Enjoy the island. So, anyways, I do know that as far as capacity goes, that I know fans aren't super excited about the Cars thing, but if you think about it from a business perspective, it makes a lot of sense. Also, too, it sort of separates the two parks a little bit, you know? And I don't care what anybody says, I'm a huge Mark Twain fan. The riverboat, that is, because I'm from the Louisville area where we have the Belle of Louisville and the Delta Queen and a steamboat race annually to celebrate the Kentucky Derby. And I love the Liberty Bell, but it just wasn't a very popular attraction out there. It doesn't have the same pedigree and history that the Mark Twain does. And, you know, that island, it just doesn't get the same love that ours does. Also, too, our island is a very important part of the overall water ecosystem. Go over to Hey Bricky and watch the video that I did about the dark water system, and you'll understand why our Rivers of America isn't going away. I can't always promise you there'll be boats going around it, because, you know, everybody's like, oh, I really wish Discovery Bay would have got built. Do you know that if Discovery Bay would have got built, that the Rivers of America was going to basically become a placeholder, and they were going to dock the Mark Twain, and there would be boats in the water, but there wouldn't be boats going around the island anymore, because the idea of Discovery Bay was going to make everything more stationary, floating restaurants. So, you know, this isn't the first time that they've had these kind of ideas, nor will it probably be the last. Let's see here. What's this question here? What is my favorite part of Tom Sawyer's Island? I mean, to me, it's the views, right? Like when you come over to the island, it gives you such a unique perspective out into the park. My favorite spot of this particular island is if you go up to the base of the treehouse, there's the most beautiful view, profile view of Sleeping Beauty Castle, completely framed with the Matterhorn on the other side of it. It's like breathtaking view. that I don't think most people know that exist. And whenever I put that B-roll shot in my videos, people are like, oh, I've never seen that before. I'm like, man, you got to come and explore the island, brother. That's where the magic's at. So we got the Mark Twain creeping up. I can hear the Disneyland Railroad. Like, the kinetic energy of this park is just fantastic. And I think for a lot of people that were really concerned about what they're doing to Rivers of America out there, if you look at that most recent Cars Land concept artwork, there's still going to be a lot of water there. Let's see here. Disney Adult, thank you so much. Hi, so glad you're live in the parks. I love your content. I especially appreciate your vibe check. Thanks for sharing the magic with us. So here's what the content plan is. I'm probably here's what you can expect from me. Sunday morning, travel vlog. Monday morning, final day of Rivers of America. But then every day after that, I'm gonna probably just be dropping vibe checks from Walt Disney World, different parks, an Epcot one, Hollywood Studios one, Animal Kingdom one. Probably just be putting up vibe checks because those are, fun for me to film. It's a very non-stressful, very creative flow space. And that'll give me the room to kind of work on some bigger projects that I want to do while I'm out there. So expect vibe checks, but know that that's not all you're getting from this trip, because I'm going to be working my tail off while I'm out there. Disney Adult, thank you so much for the super. I appreciate it. All right, let's rotate this camera around. There she goes. I don't have a gimbal. I'm just doing this with my regular grip. I'll try to be as steady as possible. And I'll shut up so you can hear the sound. It's this moment when the harmonica kicks in that it makes me want to cry. Let's see here. How do I do this? How do I do this? I don't live stream on the phone. But sure it is. Theme park conductor. Whoops. I gotta take my glasses off. This yellow's hard to read. Ricky, will you be back at Disneyland for the grand opening of the Walt Disney Show at the Opera House? If so, can't wait to hang out with you and the OG 55 crew. Yes, I will 100% be here on July 17th. I'm not going out there that long. Yeah, I wouldn't miss being here on July 17th for anything. But I have kind of a, sorry, my fingernails are dirty from being out here working today. I do have a content plan though, kind of maybe an ambitious live stream thing that I'm going to do a couple of days before the 17th to celebrate. Thank you, theme park conductor. Appreciate it, but appreciate the support. It was very awesome hanging out with you when the 70th anniversary kicked off. So there's a couple of weird things. I'm not walking around because I have this, and what's normally on this is holding my phone. So I got my grip over there. I brought a little piece to put my phone on there. I also have a bottle of water. So I can't roam around and film. I go live every Thursday. So I thought it would be great to just pop up and do a surprise live this Thursday and take people's questions and comments about my trip out to Walt Disney World or anything that you wanted to talk about. Keep it fun, keep it loose, and show up at a surprise time. But when you see me pivot around like that, that's because there are people that are crossing on the trail. So I know it gets a little bit bumpy. Didn't bring a gimbal. I try not to wear a backpack in the park. It slows me down. It makes me extra hot, like heat hot, not like hot. And yeah, so that's why we're doing a stationary surprise stream. It's been a long, I think the last time I streamed live in the park was maybe when I did the 16 hours on the bench. Let's see here. Andrew says, I'll be looking for you. I'm a cast member at Magic Kingdom and working tonight. Nice. I'll be seeing you there, bud. Got the canoes rolling out. What's up, Jesse? Do another 16 hours on the Disneyland Railroad. I already did it once, you know? with the stunt videos, it's like after you do it one time, don't know if you need to do it again. But if you're new to my world, on I think it was the 67th birthday of Disneyland, I rode the Disneyland Railroad from 8 a.m. when it pulled out till 12:30 when it came back in. Did 16 hours on that. Yes, I am doing one Oogie Boogie Bash this year. I'm doing opening night. I always love the opening night of Oogie Boogie Bash because that's when like the community comes out, like all the hardcore friends come out. So I always try to go to the first one, but I'm only doing one this year. It's very expensive. It hasn't changed that much. So to me, it's more about seeing the people than it is seeing, I don't do the character photos and all that stuff. Oh, Disney Adult, your merch is awesome. Going to surprise my husband. Nice. Justin, what's up, bud? Thank you. When I saw the new hat on the vlog a few days ago, I immediately had to get it. Loving the live from the parks. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. I appreciate everybody saying they like the new hat. I don't go live from the parks too often just because it's really invasive and I can't control everything that's happening around me. Like if a kid shows up right here and has a meltdown, like I can't really do anything. So, yeah. So I don't do it too often. But I thought today would be the perfect time to show up and surprise everybody and say hi. And originally, today I was going to do the second funds video, but the YouTube algorithm hasn't fully given me all the data about what the channel did last month, and it takes a little while to kind of plan that out. So we'll be doing the funds video when I get back. Oh, dude, the weather has been great today. Absolutely fantastic. Magic Keycast. Hope to bump into you on the 17th. If you see me, shout me a hey Bricky. I'll always stop and say hi and hang out with you. Dad hat maybe at some point. The thing is like the merch has to be something that I want to wear. So I don't typically wear the dad hat style too much. Probably make it at some point. But, right now it's just kind of like, what are some things that I would like to wear in the videos? I'm really, really picky when it comes to design, being a designer. So I just wanted to make something that kind of was low key and was my fandom. But yeah, dad hat to come at some moment. People keep asking for fitted hats. Never going to make a fitted hat. Not at least in the next couple of years. I mean, it's just Beth and I running the store and fitted hats gets into sizes. And one of the reasons why I like doing the hats is that I don't have to worry about sizes. Stu, what's up, bud? Just found this live stream. Are we public? Yeah, we are out at the park. Good to see you show up, my man. And thought I would just do a little surprise show up and say hi to everybody. So good to see you here, Stu. And thank you for being a Magic Bricky member and always supporting the content, bud. All right, let's see. Next question. Who is on top? Love the Bricky. Let's see here. Flipmaster says, love the Bricky vlogs. I believe I met you at Epcot when Communicore opened last year. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. I was there right when Communicore opened. It's looking better. Ball hat or Halloween hat? Any plans for one? Or pumpkin ball hat? Definitely would not be making a pumpkin ball hat. That is way too niche. Halloween hat, I don't know if I'll be able to make it this season or not, but at some point, yeah, definitely. How are you able to find such a nice secluded spot? Because I know the parks. I have this place mapped out. And really, not only do I love telling the Disney story from a designer's perspective, an entrepreneur's perspective, I love that I bring a blend of both business and design and fandom to what I cover, but I also really understand the park, the flow, its nooks, its crannies. So I have the availability to use this as the world's greatest set And I've always thought of this place as a beautiful set. And, you know, it was designed to be a set. So I kind of always know the spots to go to for the time of day that I need to get something done. So cranked out a construction video that will show up tomorrow morning for everybody. And then was like gonna do a live stream, and then I need to head home and get to editing because I got a lot going on. All right, let's see. Next question here. Just taking whoever's on top. I know you joked about it, but will there ever get Walt's Wonderland? It is on the short list. Strange. Do you think as a designer that there are areas aside Tomorrowland Disneyland Park that can expand without replacing? I'm assuming you're saying areas inside Disneyland Tomorrowland. I mean, let's talk about it from design. What's your goal? Are you trying to get away from the Tomorrowland theme? Are you trying to create a new space and bring in, you know, tons of vacationers and new folks? Then yes, we need to completely tear it down. But are you trying to do something that makes Tomorrowland feel relevant for the next 10, 20, 30 years? I mean, easily there are spaces inside of Tomorrowland that could be individually a la carte converted over to something new. 100%. It just depends on what's the overall strategy and how would you want that to like affect things moving forward, you know? So therefore, it's kind of like there are ways they could do it, but it seems with there being no movement at all, that the goal is to do a complete hard reboot, which is obviously what I'm a big fan of. All right, dad and daughter came by. Now we'll wait for mom and daughter to pass. That's why I'm rotating around. Can't go too far with my camera right there. But I can take a stroll over to the banks. Beautiful, beautiful day out at the park. All right, let's go back to our home base. So the fort right now is used as a giant dressing room for Fantasmic. So it is being used for something. Adventures Beyond Adversity. Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? Can't wait to see that Westcott video. Been loving the daily vlogs. Great to see you live. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Let's see who's on top here. Disney Adult, your recent vibe check vid answered my question about you having extra access to capture the empty, quiet shots. You're extremely talented. Yeah, I don't have any access beyond any other YouTuber. My videos just look different because I put effort into making them look different. Like, I get here right when the park opens. I stay till the park closes. Like, I film where the people aren't. Like, it just feels rude. I mean, like, sometimes people are gonna pop into your shot. Like, that's just gonna happen. Like, the Columbia's coming by right now, and technically you can see who's on the boat. But I just try to go above and beyond, especially with making videos over on Hey Bricky that are evergreen. It just looks better when it's not full of people, you know? So, you know, I get up at 5:30. I get here at 7. I'm filming right at 8 when the park goes. And, you know, I kind of know the order to get all my shots done until the park gets busy. Okay, I'm confused. Are you at Magic Kingdom or Disneyland? This is the giveaway. I am at Disneyland.
Just ahead is the most treacherous part of our journey. That island off the starboard side often hides the scourge of the seas. bloodthirsty pirates. They sometimes lie in wait to attack a
I'm gonna wait, let the ship pass.
and steal its bounty. Bowman, man the starboard forecastle cannon and prepare to fire a warning shot. So as any curious pirates hide near the shore will know
Is Adam
who are
in here?
armed. Those of you round the cannon best be stepping back. Way back.
Adam, who went to the Eiffel Tower the day that it got shut down because it was too hot. What bad timing on that.
Fire on!
Hell yeah. Love it.
Looks like we're safe for now.
Okay, let's see here. Cynthia, they are not going to shut the island down at Disneyland, right? It helps with the crowd control, I would think. So, let's talk the Disneyland island again. This island, I don't know that people will always be allowed to come out here. I don't know that it will always be Tom Sawyer Island, but I can guarantee you that the river will always be here because this body of water is attached to all the other bodies of water inside of Disneyland. Go watch my video over on the main channel, Hey Bricky. Just search Hey Bricky Dark Water, and you'll find a video where I explain how the Rivers of America is sort of the starting point of, it's the starting and end point of the water at Disneyland, and it pumps it uphill to storybook canal boats, and then the water kind of circulates back around to the river. So this river is not going away. This island's not going away. Thematically, it may change. Like I said earlier in the live stream, sorry for repeating myself, but it's a live stream and different people are coming in at different times. So many people are like, oh, it's too bad they didn't build Discovery Bay. Part of the idea of Discovery Bay was that it was going to make Rivers of America stationary. They were going to park the Mark Twain. I think they were going to convert it into a restaurant, and you know, there were lots of plans that was just going to fundamentally change this area, but not remove it. So this river is very, very safe, but I couldn't resist going to Magic Kingdom to film the last day because I love those fan moments. Okay, so does this mean the Rivers of America has the same level of bromine as Pirates? Okay, so this is getting into a future video I'm going to make, so I'll keep this short. But there are two water systems at Disneyland. There is the dark water system, dark because it's dyed so you can't see tracks. It's kind of a shortcut way of thinking about it. And then there is the clear water system. Any waterway that a guest cruises through needs to be somewhat consumable. So Pirates is a clear water system. This is a dark water system. Tiana is a clear water system. Small World, clear water system. So there's two different things, and each one of those attractions has its own holding tank to hold its own water when they have to like take the attraction and do maintenance or whatever. They all have their own area to hold it, except for Grizzly River Run, which its holding tank is outside of San Francisco. So yeah, kind of getting into some research for a future video, but since you asked, this is not drinking water. Technically, you can drink the water in Pirates. Let's see, who's on top? Mookie Smokey. Thank you for providing a design and business perspective on the parks. I've been interested in that part of Disney since high school, sometime last century. Same, brother, same. Hello from Disneyland Paris. Frontierland here is not original, but still iconic. Frontierland and Disneyland Paris. Chef's kiss. When you come into Frontierland in Paris and you look down and you see Rivers of America on it, or a Big Thunder Mountain in its own island, it is so magical. I will be going to Disneyland Paris in December, as well as going to the real Matterhorn. Can't wait, can't wait. All right, I said I was going to at least, to myself, I was going to at least do 30 minutes. I've hit the 30 minutes. You know, these live streams aren't very rewatchable to people. Let me see. If I got some good comments, I'll keep rolling. How do you think Pandora will affect DCA's water system since it's in the backlot? I think it will have its own water system, and it will have its own area to, like, there will be somewhere in there they'll dig out, put a huge tank in where the water reservoir can sit. OLT, what's up, brother? How you doing? Big Thunder Paris is the best Big Thunder. I mean, aesthetically, yeah. I mean, the fact that it's its own island, you go underwater to get there, like it's, Tony Baxter crushed it on that one. Hey man, we're all just trying to survive these days. I feel you. Let's see here. Disney Golf Shark, appreciate all the hard work, emotional videos, and all the videos you share. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Mr. Slash, be safe in Walt Disney World. I plan on it. Looking forward to it. Can't wait for the new How Much Pirates Caribbean Water Can I Drink Before Getting Kicked Out video challenge. I'm never doing anything that's getting me kicked out. Barth Fader, I'm going to do my best to bump into you Sunday. Please do. Please say hi if you see me. Don't forget to go on the Magic Kingdom Railroad before you can't do the full circle for a long time. Did I always ride the railroad when I'm out there? I have to say, the Magic Kingdom Railroad and the Disneyland Paris Railroad, not as magical as the original railroad, which, by the way, if you didn't watch the vibe check that I put up yesterday, I found an article this week, as I've still been reading all my old Disney news, and I'm going to do something kind of crazy with that soon. But it was June 30th, 1955, that the Disneyland Railroad made its first loop around the park with none other than Walt Disney at the helm. And I just love seeing that in the paper. Oh, ride the People Mover at Magic Kingdom for me? Bro, there's been so many times that I've gone to Walt Disney World for like a week, and Beth's like, so what did you ride? And I go, I think I rode the People Mover. It is consecutively the only thing that I have rode on every single visit. That and Spaceship Earth and the monorail. Those are my three favorites out there. And I love taking the ferry boat into the park. It's just so beautiful and breathtaking. All right, here comes the Mark Twain. I think maybe after the Twain, we'll say goodbye. Let's see, what's on the chat? Yes, I am going to Walt Disney World solo so that I can work my butt off and not be slowed down by anybody else. Oh, I'll be riding the People Mover, friends. Don't worry about that. Let's see. I teared up at that part of yesterday's vibe check. You know how to touch our hearts. Man, I love telling the emotional story of the park. That means a lot to me. Love the People Mover, but also love the Carousel of Progress. I like the Carousel of Progress too. Like, just thinking about how it's designed is just insane. But I'm starting to think that Father is a little bit on the lazy side. Because all Father does is delegate to Mother. Yeah, he's an interesting individual. Maybe you'll get to try Test Track while you're there. Forgive me for saying this, but because I rode Radiator Springs Racers like 100 times before I got to Test Track, like Test Track, it was really fun the first time I rode it with Adam. Like, that was great, like any ride for the first time. But I don't really prioritize that ride. I mean, if I get to ride it, I will, but I'm not really worried about it. Yeah, Adam, that was cool of Adam to give a shout out to the hat when he was in Tivoli Gardens. Let's see. Thank you, Cohen Film. We need People Mover back at Disneyland. I love the People Mover and Carousel of Progress. Yeah, it sucks how much people love those and that the pieces are still there. Like, it's so brutal that the pieces are there. Have you always been great at editing video? How long did it take you to learn? You're so original with the vids. So editing is definitely a thing that takes time, but when I first started editing video, I always had an eye for, like, I wanted to look like a TV show or feel like a movie. So I think it comes with just being a storyteller to kind of understand the edit. So I've had people be like, oh, well, why don't you just hire an editor? I'm like, I can't hire an editor. Like, it's just a bunch of clips until I edit it. Like, that's where the story comes together. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm stuck doing all the work myself. But I love doing it. Like, I love editing. Let's see here. Gotham's an angel. Have a snack at me on Walt Disney World. At least some water. I hear it's going to be hot. It is going to be hot. Thank you so much. Who was that? Oh, Gotham's Angel. Thank you so much. Yeah, I hear it's going to be a hot one. I appreciate you buying me a smart water. Dude, a leaf literally just fell, like, right next to me. And I got hit by a berry today when I was over in Adventureland. I mean, the best thing about the island is that it's 4th of July weekend and the park is slammed. Look how many people are over there. And I've only had to move the camera around, what, like 3 or 4 different families that came by? We all need Fantastic Four to do well in theaters for Tomorrowland to get its retheme. It would be interesting to see, is Fantastic Four deep enough to carry a land? I don't think that it is. All right, let's see here. All right, friends, I think I'm gonna start wrapping it up here. It's almost 3 o'clock. A lot to do today. You look so much like my son. Well, I'm pretty sure I know who my parents are, but I am from Kentucky, so who knows? All right, friends, here's the plan. I'll give you the plan one more time. I already said it once before, but here's the plan. Tomorrow, Disneyland construction video. Saturday, Hey Bricky Evergreen video about the Magic Eye Theater. If there is one thing that could bring back to life in Tomorrowland, it is the Magic Eye Theater. So I have a whole video about that. It might go up late on Saturday. I might have to edit it on the plane. But Sunday, travel vlog. Monday, final days of Rivers of America. And then for the rest of my trip, a vibe check. Each day, different park vibe check. And that won't be all you'll get, because I'll be filming a couple of larger projects while I'm there. But the vibe checks are easy to do from the road, to check in with you, to bring you on the adventure. But there will be more coming than just that. That's the game plan for the content while I'm away. But Saturday's Hey Bricky video might go up later. I'm going to try to get it done before I fly out of town, but I might have to edit it on the plane. So lots and lots of content, lots of Walt Disney World, at least a week's worth, because I got kind of like a couple of other videos that I'm working on while I'm there. So I hope you guys enjoy going on the trip with me. And then when I get back, we'll do the funds video too, because I have some interesting things to share with you about the second month of being monetized with the Bricky vlog. So lots and lots of good things going on, so much to do. And I think before the 17th, we'll probably do like an insane old news tonight, like news marathon. I'm envisioning a very long, like all day live stream where I'm just ripping through all the old news, covering the opening of Disneyland that will be happening in 2 days, but doing it from 70 years ago, which I think will be very, very wild. All right. Thanks everybody for showing up. Thanks to all my friends who sent over a super and support the content. I appreciate that. Thank you, Stu. Good to see you. Hope you guys enjoyed a little surprise pop up in the park to say hello. And yeah, appreciate each and one of you. Have a good one. Hope you had fun with this little informal surprise live stream. Safe travels indeed. I feel like there's something else I wanted to talk about. Can't remember what it was. You appreciate me? Pooh, I appreciate you. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much.